Good morning. Yay. Welcome in person and Zoom friends to this Unitarian Universalist Society. My name is Carolyn Cave and I use she, her pronouns. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. All members are identified with banners on their name tags. Today, board members will hold a special office hour in the conference room downstairs following the service, where it's quieter, to share your thoughts about Reverend Rachel's recent announcement or anything else. You may also contact us at board@uusocietyamherst.org. Many paths have led us here today. The path brought some of us here years ago, and some of us arrived just today. We each bring many things in ourselves: sexualities, genders, abilities, origins, means, races, and beliefs. Our rich diversity fills our time together with meaning and value. If you believe in love, you are welcome here to learn, grow, and love in this community.
I'm the Reverend Rachel Hayes, minister of the Unitarian Universalist Society of Amherst. I use she, her pronouns. I call you to worship this morning with these words from Amy Bowden Freeman. Once more, the earth has turned toward the light of the sun. As we are bathed in the light of a new day, so may we greet the dawning of fresh possibility. Once more, we awaken from our slumber. As our bodies rise to meet the challenges and pleasures of living, so may our hearts and minds open with promise. Once more, we gather for worship. As we join our voices in word and song, so may this assembly bring forth wholeness. Come, let us worship. I invite you to say our congregation's chalice lighting words with me. We light this flame to invite a world of peace, where we heal the wounds, where we share what we have with one another, where justice is another word for relationship, and we listen for what love has to say. I invite you to rise in body, spirit, heart, and voice to sing our first hymn, My Roots Go Down, on the order of service and the screen.
I am a pine tree.
Today, in our Time for All Ages, we're going to talk about geese. Yeah? Okay, so all of the kids are welcome to join me up front. And, if there are any adults who especially love geese, you're welcome to join too. Okay, so has anybody heard or seen geese flying in the last week? You have, Eleanor? Yeah? Yeah? You've seen geese too? You saw geese? 100 geese? Whoa. Okay, so can you tell me how geese fly?
Wings.
With their wings? Mm-hmm. They shape in a group? With like a V. Yeah, they fly like a V, right? And you know what else they do? They honk. Yeah? Okay. So we're going to practice flying like geese. Yeah? So who wants to be the front of the V? Okay. The good thing is that we get to take turns. So let's see. Eleanor, if you come up here and you're right in front of me, and just stand. And then we'll need people on either side of Eleanor to make a V shape, right? So, Molly, if you come back a little bit like this, and then we need one here and one here. And Freddie and Lars, do you want to get in? Yeah? Okay. Yeah? Okay, this looks like a pretty good V, friends. Okay, so do you know why the geese fly in the V shape? Yeah?
For them to fly. So, one is cutting through the air, and the other is just kind of
Cutting through the air, and they fly with the air from the one in front of them, right? Okay, so we're flying. Yeah? And remember, we're honking. Honk, 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 honk. Uh-oh, I think our front goose is getting tired. So the front goose is going to go to the back of one of the lines, and a new front goose comes up. Do you need me to hold the dino while you? Yeah, okay. And so we're flying and honking. Honk, honk, honk. Yeah, okay, and it's time for a new front goose. Okay, so do you want to come up and be a front goose? Yeah? Okay. Honk, 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 honk. Yeah, okay, and so that's how geese can go really far, because they use each other's wind, and they take turns, and they talk to one another, right? Yeah. Okay, that's how geese fly thousands of miles. So let's rise and sing For the Earth Forever Turning, which is number 163.
For the skies forever
Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. The signs of spring open around us, day by day, unfurling new wonders. We yo-yo back and forth between cold wind and rain and warm sunshine, the friendly blades of daffodil leaves poking through the earth, the bird songs, the potholes. Beloveds, we have made it through the winter, through another quarter turn of our year, and we turn our faces into spring as we do every year. Let us take a breath together. The seasons bring change. The direction of light and longer days warm us. We welcome old friends back to our ecosystems from migration or hibernation. Geese, chipmunks, bears, joggers. Some of us notice the return of seasonal allergies. And this spring, we have a lot of transitioning happening here at the UUSA. We welcomed Ken as our Director of Religious Education last month. Our beloved Director of Programs and Operations, Leah, is about to move on to her next adventure. She is training Matthew in all the things she does to take on the role of Administrative Director. You will meet him soon. And this week, I notified the congregation by email that I will be leaving at the end of our program year in June. And I know a couple of you didn't get that email, and I will resend it if you ask me. For those of you who are hearing the news for the first time right now, I apologize for the surprise. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. While I love the ministry I am doing here with you, my heart is calling me on. I grew up in Kentucky, and I've come to realize that I have a lot to offer in a ministry in a more politically conservative context than Western Massachusetts. I speak the same language as the people who live in such places to some degree. There is a naturalness in this choice. It feels like yes. It feels like calling. And I have learned not to argue with calling, simply to embrace it as intentionally as I can. A change of seasons doesn't make the seasons we've experienced before any less real. The warmth of spring does not mean that the ground was not frozen hard just weeks before. I will leave, but the ministry we did here together was real. We weathered the COVID-19 pandemic and learned how to do multi-platform worship together. We had conversations that matter. We loved one another through it all. And love transforms, but never stops mattering. I won't actually leave until summer comes. Spring is a season of transition between the winter and the summer, and we have one more season together. There will be time for goodbyes, but there will also be time for fun and for work and for preparing the congregation to welcome your next minister, whoever that will be. We will plan for next year, planting the seeds that you will harvest in a later season. Here on the edge between winter and spring, I am waiting. I don't yet know where I will be going, though I'll have a better idea in a couple of weeks. I will share the news when we have it. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, we will welcome new members next week and say goodbye to Leah. Meanwhile, we will protest together and sing together. Meanwhile, we will celebrate holidays and birthdays and rites of passage. Meanwhile, we will do the work of budgeting and fundraising. Meanwhile, we will remember that the congregation is made of its people, all of its people, not just the minister or staff or key leaders. Meanwhile, we will remember that each of us are only here for a season. For some, it will be decades, and others much shorter. But this congregation existed before any of us arrived. May each of us leave it strengthened by our presence. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. There is time and space for all of our feelings in this season of change. The sadness of loss, fear of the unknown, excitement for what happens next, hope for the future, the bittersweetness of parting, gratitude for what we have shared. That's where I am these days, and you can tell me your feelings. I am still your minister, and I will be for a few months. I'm going to tell you something that I probably should have told you before. I have loved you since we met. I have been invested in your well-being. I have believed in your capacity for growth and rooted for you. I have prayed for you that you would be met with kindness, that you would give yourselves grace and second chances. I have delighted in your accomplishments, even the ones that look like the first step back from a setback. I have been awestruck by the beauty of your faces when you open yourselves to love. I have believed that you deserve love on your best days and your worst and all the days in between. Not because I like you, though I do. Not because I'm your friend. The relationship is different from friendship. You never had to earn my love or prove yourselves worthy. I love you because I'm your minister, because I have had the most beautiful opportunity to face and in many cases know you in your human wholeness. And that love won't end, even when our roles change. But that's a different sermon for a later date. I'm the 30th minister to serve our congregation, according to a list compiled by Janice Gray. So we know it's pretty accurate. In the last 130 some years, 30 ministers have served the spiritual needs of the Universalists, Unitarians, and Unitarian Universalists of Amherst. Harder to quantify is the ministry of those lay Universalists, Unitarians, and Unitarian Universalists. I wouldn't do what I do if I didn't believe in the power of professional ministry. But I also wouldn't be a minister if I didn't believe in the ministry of lay people. Your human goodness is making the world a better place. In caring conversations and casseroles, in committee service and governance, in tending our building and grounds, in Wednesday breakfasts, in picking up trash, in calling our elected officials and holding them accountable for doing good, in voter engagement work, in listening to one another, in taking your own and our collective spiritual growth seriously, in cultivating joy and hope amidst it all, rather than waiting for some far-off heaven. Just as the geese cycle through that front point of the V, our leaders go through seasons. No one is permanently on the board. You can let go of the committee work when it's no longer where you need to be. The minister won't stay forever, nor any of the staff, nor anyone, no matter how well loved. Our congregation is older than everyone in it, and if we cycle our leadership well, it may outlive all of us. Different leaders will lead differently, of course. Different geese in that front goose position may choose different ponds or fields for a rest stop. I want you to remember something important about how geese fly. They rotate their leadership, but also remember that they honk. Harsh and exciting. You might think I don't have to say this in Amherst, where only the H is silent. But don't forget to communicate. The geese honk at one another as they fly, and I won't pretend to understand the honkings of geese, but I know that our congregation moves better when the communication is early and ongoing, before it becomes a crisis or an emergency. Our congregation knows how to do this. We have survived more than 130 years of transitions, new ministers, new staff, new members, new leaders, new names, new challenges, new technologies. The world moves and the congregation stays planted on North Pleasant Street, grounded in love, led by our values to stay true to the call of love in changing times. This is a community of deep collective care. We're strong because 7 generations of Universalists, Unitarians, and Unitarian Universalists have made a commitment to embody hope and love in the world, to take care of one another and leave the world better than we found it. With so much new leadership, not just the minister, but also our new Director of Religious Education, Ken, and our new Administrative Director, Matthew, as well as our regularly rotating elected congregational leadership, the board and Leadership Development Committee, and natural transitions that take place in our committees and circles. The congregation has a new opportunity to chart a new course, to shake off some old assumptions and answer the question again. What does love require of us in this moment? You do not have to be good. You do not have to be good, Mary Oliver says, but you are good. I want you to know this, and I'm sure I'll try to find 10 more ways to say it before I go. You do not have to earn love. You do not have to earn belonging, and yet you are loved by your very nature, and you are so lovable. Your goodness shines forth from you, more and more, like the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain, as you love, as you commit to belonging to one another, to the land, to the kinship of all beings. You are so good. You belong. That is my prayer for you as our flock rotates leadership, that you share your goodness in the ways that continue to widen belonging and welcome, that you share the good news that all of us have the opportunity to learn and grow, that all of us are loved from the beginning. I invite you to rise in body, spirit, heart, and voice to sing Turn, Turn, Turn on the screen and your order of service. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather souls together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time of love, a time of hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. Please join me in prayer. Spirit of life, we arrive at this moment holding so much. Grief for the sorrows of the world and the sorrows of our lives. Joy in companionship, rage at injustice, wonder in the face of beauty. We hold it all And then we remember to breathe. There is room for breath, inspiration, and breath makes room in all of it for a little more connection. Breathe in us and leave us in the loving hands of one another and the embrace of the love that holds us all. Amen. Blessed be. I invite you to remain seated for our meditation hymn, Spirit of Life, number 123. Another world is possible. Each week, we collect an offering and we split it with an outside organization to help us remember that we can't make the world a better place on our own. During March, our congregation generously shares half of our Sunday service offering basket with the Center for New Americans. Half of the money today supports the programming of our congregation, and the other half supports education and resources for immigrants and refugees. Please give generously today in the basket by text, by check, or through our website, uusocietyamherst.org/donate. Please join me in the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. We are about to sing our closing song. You're welcome to stay right where you are and be held in the love of our congregation, or to rise and move into a circle along the outer aisle. Place your hands over your heart or hold hands with someone near you as we sing This Day We Come. It's a dino day.
This day we come once more together as winds of earth. Call forth our names, my people all, from the strength of this circle. May we come rejoicing, determined, united in love of life again.
If you take one thing from our time together, let it be this: you are loved. Go in peace, held by the love that holds us all. And let's sing happy birthday to Elizabeth.